I have a whole lot to say about this, so let's get in. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3. This is episode 2. Okay, so like I said, I have a whole bunch to say. I got a lot of little things that I do want to cover here. Let me just first start out by saying these girls have there's some girls here with false senses of self. Okay, I know you've all heard me say how much I like Milk. Milk got on my nerves this episode. I've never cared for Thorgy, ever. From her season, from seeing her online, up till now, I respect what she's done. I respect the time that she's actually put into the drag world and all of that, but she's just not my flavor. She's not my flavor. I think she's talented, but her personality doesn't gel with my personality. So she's not one that I think I would get along with real well or would want to spend a lot of time with. Now, that being said, with this episode, I think she's pretty much made me hate her. Yeah. Chi-Chi. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding? Now, I'm a fan of Chi-Chi. I like Chi-Chi. But Chi-Chi, some bug done crawled up your ass, and it's just not cute. It's not cute at all. Let's talk about all of this mess. Anyway, right in the beginning, we come right off of the stage from last time. And they were asking Aja, what would she have done had she won the lip sync? Aja says that she would have chosen Chi-Chi. Could somebody tell me why in the fuck Chi-Chi was surprised? Chi-Chi, are you serious? They threw you a bone, a gift, and everything else. Your ass should not be sitting there. Had it not been for Morgan saying the things that she said and putting her foot in her mouth, Chi-Chi, your ass would have been on the plane smoking back toward home. Are you kidding? And you kind of felt some kind of way that Aja said that. Baby, you should have gone home. Rightfully so. If they were judging on what was done and what was presented, you would have been gone, baby. Like, girl, simmer down. Simmer down, okay? Simmer down. Chill out. Not cute. Not cute at all. Then Chi-Chi kind of came for Milk. You start this whole thing of them comparing themselves to other people. That's not my get down anyway, because the way I operate as a queen, I ain't competing with no other whore. I'm always competing with Milan. That's it. I'm trying to outdo what I did last. So that whole thing of comparing yourself to other people and what they did and what they do, that's a turn off to me anyway. So I just really wasn't here for that. And there's a lot of that going on in that workroom. And it about got on the first part of the show, I have to say, like the first 15 minutes of the show literally got on my nerves. It just got on my nerves. I just wanted to walk around the room and just smack bitches, because it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It's like, get out of here. And then y'all all standing around, y'all, it was very stereotypical. Y'all are sitting around feeling all these different kind of ways about each other and grinning and smiling in each other's faces. You bitches need to cut that shit out. That's ugly. Makes good TV, but it's ugly, and it was aggravating to watch. Anyway, moving on. Shangela put out there that Ben Delacreme is fake and that she's just playing the game. Shanji, I love you, but I'm going to agree with part of it, and I'm going to disagree with another part of it. Yes, Ben Delacreme is there playing the game, and that's what she's supposed to be doing. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is green. This is a competition. And y'all say it every week, 9,000 times. This is a competition. It's not about friendship. It's not, RuPaul's great friend race. We've heard that 9 million times. It's not. You're not there to create this sisterhood. I don't know. That might be what Ru told you, but bitch, this is about $100,000. You understand? And $10,000 tips. Bitch, at the end of the day, the bottom line is green. So Ben, yes, Ben is playing the game, but that's what Ben came for. He didn't come for dinner at the Golden Corral and a bunch of selfies. That bitch came to play the game and make some coins. So there's nothing wrong with that. And as far as her being fake, I don't think she's fake. I think that is her. I really think that's her. Now, I've never met Ben yet, but I truly believe that is genuinely her. Her whole demeanor and all of that. I don't think the bitch is that good of an actress. I think she is who she presents herself to be, and I'm good with it. I'm a fan. I'm good with it. I like what she presents. I'm cool with it. I ain't got no problem with Ben. Okay, so all that being said, I said I had some shit to say, didn't I? Okay, so this was actually, once we got past the first 15 minutes, this actually turned out to be like one of my favorite episodes of all time. They did a Salute to Mama Ru, which is like a Divas Live, and I thought it was brilliant because that was one of the best shows that I think that VH1 has ever actually had on their channels when they would do Divas Live. I used to love it. Whatever version of it they did, I loved it. So I was here for this. So let's go down through and they chose the characters for them. Todrick Hall and Vanessa Williams were guest judges. Todrick Hall, of course, did the choreography for this. This was by far my favorite of those group numbers that they do. You know, remember they did like the Kim Kardashian and the this, that thing, and the other, and all the musicals and all. This by far was my favorite of those numbers that has been done since this show has been in its existence. Ru picked out who would be portraying who. I love this. I would have loved to actually have been there to actually do this challenge. I would have loved this. I think this would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, I would have liked to have been there to do this. But anyway, so they were given their characters. Milk did Celine Dion. Baby, it was a no. It was a no. It was just off. Everything. The look, the hair, the clothing, everything. Your whole choice was just off. I don't know what you see when you see Celine Dion, but baby, that ain't what I see. I see the old broke down Beyonce wannabe is what I saw. And y'all know I like Milk. I do. I like Milk, but I couldn't get with this. That Celine Dion baby was late. It was awful. Kennedy was put as Janet Jackson. The look was I liked it. I liked her look. We knew who she was doing. It was the Janet Jackson look from the Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson video. What's it gonna be? It was that look, which is one of my favorite Janet looks. That whole purple, that deep purple latex whole ring thing. Yes, with the hood and the pony, and yeah. Now the look, baby, we knew exactly who you were doing. Your lip sync was awful. This was like the worst time for you to have fucked up your lip sync. Like, are you kidding? I was like, Kennedy, no, Kennedy. But yeah. And then the judges actually said something about the choreography, and it was very Kennedy. It was very drag queen, all of that. That ain't Janet Jackson. Come on now. Come on. And that's another thing that we found out about Kennedy. Kennedy is a freestyle dancer. Kennedy is very good at being Kennedy. She not as good as, doing choreography, and I understand it. I do understand it, but it hurts you tonight. But that look was on, bitch. That look was on. Okay, Aja was Amy Winehouse, and I thought it was fabulous. I thought everything, the look, her performance, I loved it. And I would have put Aja in my top girls. I would have. I thought she was dead on with Amy. Chi Chi DeVane was Patti LaBelle. Y'all playing. And y'all already know what I think, because you already know that's my thing, is the Patti LaBelle thing. Chi Chi, girl, don't believe what they told you, and don't you jump your ass on no stage thinking that you giving Patti, because just because you do this, you're not giving Patti. That hair was a mess. She was doing the fan, but all she did was took and stuck, looked like a Queen Latifah ladies first hat on top of a little short church lady wig. And I'm like, that's just wrong. That's completely wrong. That hair needed to be rooted, or a lace front that slicks back, because the fan was always slicked back. There was no bangs with that fan. It just looked wiggy and horrible. I hated it. And if you don't buy you a pair of fucking shoes, come on now, quit playing. You got these dancing shoes on. Girl, this is not Dancing with the Stars. This is RuPaul Drag Race All-Stars. It's not Dancing with the Stars. So I don't know where you come with these hucklebucking shoes talking about you doing Patti LaBelle. That's what the bitch is known for. Her hair, her vocals, her antics, and most of all, that bitch's shoes and clothes. And Patti wouldn't have been caught dead in them shoes. No, ma'am. Wrong. It was awful. And the judges didn't even really attack her for it. They let that shit pass. It passed. Like you passed last week. That shit was awful. Trixie did Dolly Parton. It was cool. I'm going to give it a pass because, one, Dolly's not that bouncy. It was I seen a lot of Trixie. The look, I knew who you were doing. I love the bell-bottom catsuit, and I knew who you were doing. But the performance, I thought, was a little too bouncy. It was a little too Trixie for me. Shangela did Mariah Carey. Killed it. You were Mariah Carey, bitch. You were as ridiculous as Mariah. That bitch's lip sync was on. Shit, you lip sync better than Mariah. And just the whole bitchiness of it and the whole cattiness of it. You embodied Mariah Carey. Now, Shangy did that. And I knew she would. Shangela killed it. Thorgy got Stevie Nicks. And the whole time, I wanted to punch Thorgy in her face because she was going on and on, making all these excuses, carrying on. It was just one thing after the other. And this is just not fair because, when you're put up against like Janet Jackson and the Diana Rosses of the world, and then it's Stevie Nicks, and she's not really an icon. Bitch, what are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Stevie Nicks ain't no icon. Bitch, are you nuts? I said, girl, where'd this queen come from? Thorgy, bitch, you're too old. You're too old to be this stupid. Stevie Nicks ain't an icon. Bitch, get out of here. Well, Stevie Nicks doesn't really do much of anything, and then you... Bitch, are you crazy? Do you realize that Stevie Nicks is the bitch where the goddamn guitar riff for... I don't think you're ready for this jelly. That's Stevie Nicks. Bitch, are you crazy? Like, where are you coming from? And then, well, she don't really do anything. And then you talked about the whole thing about Stevie Nicks, people thinking that she was a witch and all of this stuff. All of these things are legendary pieces of who Stevie Nicks is Fleetwood Mac. Bitch, are you crazy? They pulled Stevie Nicks to be on Coven. Why do you think they pulled her for that? Do you think that was by accident? No, bitch, it's because she is legendary, bitch. If you didn't do anything but channel the stand back video, bitch, and just stood there in the gypsy garb and just spun in a circle. Because that spin you did was just as tired and late, honey. Stevie Nicks has done small nuances that have become legendary, bitch. And how dare you speak down about her name, about who she is, and especially who she was to the gay folk, honey. Are you crazy? Bye, Thorgy, bitch. From that point, I was like, if somebody don't send this bitch home, I'm going to call Ru my goddamn self. It was ridiculous. I need her gone. Anyway, but yeah, she got Stevie Nicks, and it was, you went at the look. The look was, you know, girl, we knew who it was, so I'll give you that. The performance was, it didn't do anything for me because, one, bitch, there was a respect level for Stevie Nicks that wasn't there, so there was no way that you were going to be able to carry her off because you don't even respect who she was in the lineup. So fuck you, Thorgy, girl. Get on out of here, bitch. Ben Delacreme, Julie Andrews, bitch, quit playing. Quit playing. And as much as I loved Shangela as Mariah Carey, I would have had to place Ben completely at the top because she spanked goddamn Julie Andrews. You hear me? Spanked it. It was flawless. It was dead on everything. Costuming. You know, Ben Delacreme is like a lip sync assassin. My kind of girl. She spanked Julie Andrews. So I would have definitely put her at the top of the board with that. And then the last one, BB, was Diana Ross. And she was dead on. She was dead on. We knew what she was doing. She did a good portrayal of Ross. Now, as far as this whole thing about what was fair and what wasn't fair, and there was so much pressure put on. Now, you want to know the truth. Bitch, there was more pressure on BB than there was on anybody else in the lineup. One, because Ross is the original diva. One, just Ross being Ross is already, that's a high standard already before you even get started, because she's like the most impersonated person, period. And Beyonce's coming right up underneath that. So on the lineup, most impersonated person ever. And she is the favorite of RuPaul, and RuPaul knows her personally, has worked with her personally more than once. So if you're talking about unfair advantages and crutches and expectations, it was all on BB. As far as I was concerned, BB had the hardest job, and she pulled it off. She wasn't the best of the girls in the lineup, but she definitely raised to the occasion, and she did what she was supposed to do. And she is the old bitch in the cast, and the old bitch came on through. So kudos to you, BB. And like I was saying before, during the rehearsal for this, Thorgy was very aggravating, just a fussing and being upset about this, that, thing. She, like I said, Thorgy made me hate her in this, and I wanted her gone. I really did. I wanted her gone. All that hating on BB, it just really drove me nuts. Anyway, so the hell with that. Let's move on. As we already been on here 19 minutes, child. Top three: Shangela, BB, Ben Delacreme. Bottom three: Kennedy, Thorgy, and Chi Chi. Okay, cool. No problem. Chi Chi and BB, safe. So we got top two, Shangela and Ben Delacreme. Bottom two, Kennedy and Thorgy. Said, okay, here we go. No problem. So the next part was their runway challenge. It was a redemption runway. It was recreating the worst runway looks, and they were getting a redo. And I have to say, I'm not even going to go breaking it down. Every last person on the cast, they all raised to the occasion, and they did a great job in redoing their looks that they had screwed up on their season. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. I was proud of each and every one of them. They were all really, really good. But at the top of the line was Shangela. Shangela shut the runway completely down when that bitch, because it was her Christmas thing. It was the little Christmas challenge when they did that little Christmas situation, and that bitch came out inside of a Christmas globe. You know the Christmas globes with the snow that falls inside. She came out in one of those globes and shut the runway down. You did that, Shangela, bitch. Hands down, she did that. But all of them, I was proud of every last one of them. They were really, really good. Okay, so let's move on. So once we get all the bottoms and everything picked, I'm going to say this. Again, we're back at it. I want Forgy to shut the fuck up. And Milk, if you don't shut your ass up, shut your ass up. Now, I am a fan of what you do. You already know that you are a person who, you're not for everybody, bitch. Your time here is limited. You're not going to win. That's just flat out straight. You're not going to win. It's just that way. It is what it is, and let's be real. I love what you do, but there's 3 people that will sit beside me that absolutely hate what you do. When it comes to this show, there are certain things you're going to excel at, but you're never going to excel at enough things to ever win. I don't give a damn how many seasons they bring you back and in what capacity. You will never win the show. You won't. It just won't happen. So what I need you to do, I need you to take in as much of it is that you can get. Enjoy yourself while you're there. Entertain the folks and shut your goddamn mouth. Shut your mouth. You got this false sense of self going on that you're better than what you are. And I'm starting to see, because I keep hearing in the media about how, because I've never met you, but I keep hearing about how you think you're better than people. Like, in general, you think that you are better. And it is coming across. It's coming across. Shut up. Just sit back and just shut your fucking mouth. That's what you need to do. Shut your mouth. Enjoy your time there that they're gracing you with, because, bitch, you're not going to win. Period. You're not. You're not even slated to win. Just be thankful for being there. Humble yourself and shut your goddamn mouth. That's what I'm going to need you to do. But this sitting up here crying and I want to hear them tell me that I did good. Bitch, you didn't do that good. You didn't do that good. They told you to glam up. Yes, you looked okay. But, bitch, are you kidding? Are you kidding? You were not glammed up. I mean, bitch, you was over there crying and carrying on like you had busted out in a gown that you could have walked on the Continental stage. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. What you had on wasn't even a callback gown. You know, it's like, come on, Milk. Girl, sit down and shut your goddamn mouth. You need to humble yourself, man, and chill out. Chill out. And shh. Be thankful for the time that you're having. Know that you're not going to win, and be thankful for all of it. Take it all in, because it's going to be over soon. And I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. Shut the fuck up. Moving on. Okay, so we're having our conversations. Let me say this. Kennedy and Shangela had a real conversation. They had a real conversation about the fact I don't really want to go home. You can see the effort that I'm actually putting forth. And then she asked her, if the shoe was on the other foot, bitch, would you be throwing me a bone, or would you be sending me home? They had a real conversation. They were real upfront with each other, you know, with not the friendship aside and all. No, they ain't do none of that bullshit. They came to each other 100%. Bitch, this is what's up. Bitch, you know what's on the table. Bitch, look, this is my stance. Now, what we going to do? Hold a real conversation. Real conversation. Bitch, this is what I expect. This is what I see. Real conversation. All you can do is respect it. That goddamn Thorgy sat her ass down there with Shangela and tried to bullshit Shangela. And Shangela, child, do you think you could bullshit a bullshitter? Stop it. Thorgy thought she could bullshit Shangela. She gave her all of this. Oh, yeah, girl, you know, I'm all about alliances and this. You came across as sneaky and sideways and manipulative, which is what you are. Which is what you are. You're an old sneaky, sideways bitch that I wouldn't trust Nowhere. Bitch, you give me backstabber tease, bitch. I wouldn't bit more trust you no further than I can see your big head ass. And Shangela is a smart bitch that's from out in the streets. Girl, she know how to go out on the street. And you tried to bullshit her. Then when you sat your ass down, you was real when you sat down with Ben Delacreme. And you talked real to Ben. And that's a mistake. That's a mistake. But you basically let her know. When you sat down with her, you started that you were you. You were, I'm better than this girl, and I'm better than that girl, and all that. You did all that. You literally tried to bullshit Shangela. Well, girl, they ended up lip syncing to Jump by the Pointer Sisters. And I was like, wow, how is this going to go? Now, I personally would have given it to Ben Delacreme. And I'm going to tell you why. Ben knows that she can't, there's no way she's going to outdance nor outshine Shangela when it comes to a dance number. It's just not going to happen because Shangela dances the house down. And the fact that Ben didn't try to dance played perfect. She didn't try to do it because as you come out there trying to call yourself a dancer and come up against Shangela, Shangela would have went into dance mode and she would have slayed you and had you looking foolish out in them streets. So what you did was y'all went on and y'all did drag. Y'all just did regular old drag and performance. And you played to your strengths. Because she's a lip sync assassin. I told you that before. But so is Shangela. Shangela lip syncs her ass off too. So we're on equal ground here. Come on, girl, let's do it. And it was getting to a point where it was very hard to say who was better. Ben had on a nice dress that had a rip and reveal. Shangela had on a nice ass dance leotard. So it was, everything was right there, neck and neck. And I'm like, what's getting ready to be the turning point? It was going to break down to personal preference. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that's what a lip sync for your life is supposed to be like. It should be done so well on each side that it turns out to be personal preference. Make the job hard for Ru. That's what it's about. But it don't always work out that way. A lot of times, most times somebody gets slayed. But what Ben Delacreme did that I would have put her on top. Once it got to the dance break of the song, and Shangela did go into a little bit of a more physicality, Ben went to what her strength is, which is the comedy. She literally went behind Shangela and basically poked fun at all the dance stuff. And for me, it was fucking genius. It was genius. And it was funny. Shangela wasn't bad, but Ben was funny. So the dancing, it wasn't Shangela's big high energy dance that you say, damn, she really slayed her. But it was big high energy laughs. I would have given it to Ben, but not my show. And in the reverse, okay, what ended up happening was they gave it to Shangela. Shangela was the winner. And then Shangela, in turn, did exactly what I wanted her to do. And she sent Thorgy home. She grabbed her money and told Thorgy, bye, bitch. And I was happy about that. I don't know what Ben's thing would have been, but I pretty much would be willing to bet money that Ben was going to send Thorgy's stinking ass home too. I'll be willing to bet. It was because it was time for her to get got on everybody's goddamn nerves, especially mine. Anyway, so that was it. It was an excellent episode. I really enjoyed it. You see, I babbled on for 30 minutes, but I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for next week. All right, you guys. Later.